Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a favorites video. Today is about products that are life-changing, and I mean it when I say life-changing. These are things that you need in your life and other things that you don't need in your life, because I'm going to be talking about things that I love and things that I hate, hits and shits. And today we are going to be talking about all things home, things that have nothing to do with cosmetics. So let's dive into the stuff that I feel like I've accumulated over the last few months, and some of these products in here are like, y'all. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is probably my favorite thing on this list, and that is the Chom roller. Now, if you've never heard of this before, you're like me, but I've been looking for reusable pet hair removers, pet hair rollers for ever. And I've seen the ones that are like sticky and then you stick them in like the little container. And while I think those look like they would work, they get very mixed reviews online. And I was looking and I've been putting off buying them and just using the sticky rollers forever. And then my husband came up to me one day and he was like, "Oh, I bought one, by the way." And I'm like, okay. And he was like, people say it's good. It came. We used it immediately. We have a cat. Remember that mama cat that lived across the street? Well, now she's our inside cat as well. By the way, she's a stray. We just ended up bringing her in. She sleeps on these chairs that we have, and the bottom of the chairs are like a very, very light off-whitish tan color, and she's black. So her hair coats these chairs, and I've never seen a cat that sheds as much as mama. And so we got the Chom roller, and oh my God, if it isn't life-changing. I talked about it all over my Instagram stories, and so many people, influencers included, went out and bought this because it actually works. It is reusable. It's some kind of material that when you glide it along the surface, it just picks up pet hair and it traps it in this little contraption on the back, and you just peel the hair out of it when you're done, throw it away, and you can use it as many times as you want. It is so much more sustainable for the environment than this regular sticky rollers, because those you have to peel the thing off, throw them away, and then when they're done, they're just disposable. It's just a waste of plastic, and frankly, you have to use so many of those little sticky things that it just makes it not worth it. But the Chom roller, you guys, is so amazing, and it picks up all the cat hair. I don't find it as easy to use on your clothes as it is on like furniture. I mean, you can use it on your clothes as well. It's just big and bulky, but oh my God, for furniture, for anything large surface, for the inside of your car, if you have a dog, cat, animals in general, you guys, I kid you not, it has been a game changer in our house, and I feel so much better about it because there's no excess waste and plastic waste and everything like that. You can come over here and talk about Chom? You want to say something? I can tell you want to say something. Oh, are you shutting the door? Oh.
You're cute. I just don't want to interrupt. I don't want this to happen to where you're thrown off. Say your little choms.
You say your little choms. The second product that I was going to talk about, he bought at the same time, and this is called the Delomo Pet Hair Gloves. And I don't know if you have to get this brand in general. This is the one that he got, but I think most of these work. They have like a rubbery feeling to them, and you brush your pet with them, and it's a glove, and then you peel the hair off. I'm sure you guys have seen these on like infomercials and stuff. It actually works. So we have the one from Delomo Pet, but it works so well. Some of my cats don't love it. Like Belly doesn't love it. Maddie loves it. He gets all silly when you use it on him. And then the mama kitty doesn't seem to mind it really either, but she's kind of like indifferent. It doesn't seem to hurt them or anything, and it gets so much excess hair off. You can use it for dogs and cats, and it's just like amazing for getting that thick undercoat out, especially these time of years when it starts warming up and pets start shedding everywhere. It has really helped keep the hair down in our home.
Ew,
we don't need it. One more cat product, and then we're gonna move on to something else. So we got these cat litter mats underneath our cat litter boxes. There's something about these cats, dude. The second you scoop the cat boxes, which we do every day, they think that means let's get inside of it and scoop all of the litter outside of the boxes. And also when cats jump out of litter boxes, a lot of times they like jump out and like take off running, and that gets litter all over the house. What we've discovered is these cat litter mats that have like this almost like curly texture to them, it makes a big difference on catching the litter in it so that it's not all over your house. Now, we accidentally got the ones that are like extra large, so they're just way too big. They take up too much of our room, but at the end of the day, they do their job and they catch the cat litter, and I don't care. All right, I'm gonna talk really quickly about something that I hate, and it's one of the biggest hates. So we got an efficient, like an energy efficient washer and dryer combo when we remodeled the house. My husband went to Costco and bought a Costco sized pack of Tide Pods. And we have been doing our laundry, and what we're discovering is that over the time since we got this washer and dryer, all of our white clothing is turning pink. And we do not have a lot of colored clothing like reds or even pink things that would be dyeing our clothes pink. And what we've determined is that it's actually the Tide Pod dyeing our clothes. Now, I'll try to find a couple of items to show you just how extreme it is, but we've had to get rid of so many clothes that just have this awful pink tinge to them. The Tide Pods, for some stupid reason, they use a very bright pinky purple dye in whatever their soap is, and whenever we use Tide Pods on our clothes at all, we always have the issue that if there are whites in that load, then they all turn pink or have big, huge splotches of pink or purple on them. We switched over to the Ecos, which is ECOS, and they're like completely clear. They're like the natural laundry detergent. And we haven't had any issues with that since. And it's ruined almost all of our towels. It's ruined all of our white clothes. Zach bought this really nice white and black Adidas shirt, completely ruined after the first wash, and we didn't realize it because before we were like, okay, no red clothes are getting in there. How is this happening? What's bleeding all over our clothes? And it was the freaking laundry detergent, and it's not something I ever would have thought about. I never thought to think that our laundry detergent would actually be staining our clothes. But once we switched over to the Ecos pods, then that stopped. So speaking of those Ecos pods, while I like them in some aspects, I feel like they say that they're for high efficiency washer and dryers, but we've noticed that when we use them, when you open it up after the first wash, like you wash a whole load of clothes, you open it up to like wash another load, and the pod is still in there, but it's all like expanded and exploded, and then you can like almost use it for 2 loads of laundry. But I think that's like a mistake. I don't think it's actually supposed to do that. I think it's like, I don't know, it's like not working correctly. So we're just gonna switch over to the liquid. It just doesn't seem like they're working very well, but they do seem to be washing our clothes and no staining yet, so I'm sold. Something else that is so random but has been a game changer. So, okay, years ago, I discovered Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And now you may have heard of them and maybe you haven't used them. Maybe you have. Maybe you're like me and you just kind of pictured them being like some other kind of cleaner. But you may have the revelation as an adult, whatever age you are, that the first time you use a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is life-changing. You think they're not gonna be what they are. You think like, what? It's just a cleaner. No. Mr. Clean Magic Erasers are literal magic. They are whatever they're made of, which I think you can buy big sheets of it like on Amazon and chop it up yourself. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser is made of can get off anything in like 2 swipes. You got, your kid drew all over the walls with Sharpie, Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. You've got the gunk around your door handles from excessive use of your door handle, Magic Eraser. You've got an area of your wall that's been dirty forever and you never even realized it, just pop a quick Magic Eraser on it. It will get off anything from anything. We had this area of our door, which I wish I took a before and after of before we got our house painted. And the door handle, as horrifying as this sounds, it had really never been cleaned around it. And it was like so disgusting, like all around the door handle, because this house is from the 20s. So it's freaking old. And I don't know if even the lady before us ever cleaned it. I took a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to it and lo and behold, the door was white underneath it, but it was like brown in that spot. And you don't even notice it because it's just like you live your everyday life. Like nobody's paying that close of attention. Wow, what a difference. If you've never tried them, buy a box of them. You will not regret it. They are amazing. Don't use them, I think, on like polished surfaces. Like I don't use them on my countertops or anything like that, or glass. But if you have like to clean walls or door handles, anything like that that's like super gunky, super hard to get off, or if you've tried cleaning it with cleaner and it didn't work, try it with a Magic Eraser because it will literally change your life. They are incredible. So another thing that we've been really loving together is the Instant Pot. We are getting really into like the pressure cooking, and my dad bought us the Instant Pot for Christmas, and wow, it really cuts down on cooking time. We have kind of the smaller size one. I'd probably recommend just going with the bigger size one if you want to do like larger cuts of meat in it or something, or like a huge pot of soup. We even have like the smaller one, and it's great. Like, we've been making this chicken soup in it, and what would normally take like 8 to 10 hours in the crock pot takes 1 hour maybe in the Instant Pot. It really pulverizes the food, but it doesn't like mushify it. It just cooks it perfectly and makes the chicken so tender, or whatever you put in it, doesn't even matter. You can cook like anything in it, and it just makes it so good and so tender and so fast. Like, we made beans in it before, and normally beans take hours and hours and hours, and it was like 30 minutes done, and it was just as good. If you've never tried an Instant Pot, I know they can kind of be intimidating, but you really shouldn't be intimidated. Just watch the quick tutorial on how to use it. It's very easy. It can sometimes be a little bit confusing, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. Even if you don't do an Instant Pot, like, pressure cooker in general is so amazing for cooking. It just reduces the amount of time it takes to cook something by, oh my God, like by 90%. When we went away last week, we were in Mount Rainier area, staying at a couple of Airbnbs and disconnecting and just like having a good time away. And I really enjoy like listening to calming music. Like, that's my shit. I had music on the entire time we were gone. And what we use is the JBL Flip 4. Now, I'm gonna have everything I've talked about in this video linked in the description. So if you guys are interested in picking anything up, it will all be linked down there. But the JBL Flip 4 is a portable speaker that is, I believe, waterproof. I think it can even float. It has fantastic sound. It gets very loud if you need it to. It can also get very quiet. It's just Bluetooth connected. I've never had issues with it connecting to my Bluetooth. It's so good. It's honestly the best speaker. It stays charged for like 16 hours, and that's not a lie either. You know, like laptops will be like 8 hours charged, but then it actually stays charged for like 2.5 hours. It's not like that. This is actually like 16-hour charge. It's a really high quality. I feel like the sound sounds really good and depthy. It doesn't sound like tinny and shitty. It's really good. So if you guys are looking for an awesome portable speaker that's not like $800, not like any of them are $800, but still, this one's really good. It's inexpensive, and it's served us so well. We use it like every single day. It's lovely, especially for traveling. Oh, see many feet. So about 5 months ago, maybe-ish, we bought our first robotic vacuum. We got the Roomba i7 or i8. I'm not exactly sure, but I will have it listed. And we got that one because we looked at all the reviews, we looked at everything, and that one seemed to get better reviews, and it talked about how it maps your house really well. I have a love-hate with that one. I really think that robot vacuums in general are a really cool invention, but even this one that supposedly maps your house out and like has a camera and figures your house out, like it kind of just like backs in and out of the same area so often. But I do still think that a robot vacuum is worth the money. Now, this one I think was way too expensive. We should have gone with a lower model in my opinion, because even though it maps out your room, I don't feel like it does a very good job of it, but I do like it. Now, you can have a mishap with it. So robot vacuums in general, Roomba, we named ours Little Sucker. Sucker will suck over anything. A sock, a pile of cat shit, a pile of cat vomit, hair, cat food, a cord. So it'll go, and it'll just go. And sometimes you'll find it like dead in the corner, tipped over with a sock stuck in it. But a lot of the times, if you just make sure that your house is picked up, it can do its job, and it can make it a lot less grueling of a task. Like with this floor that we got, it's a beautiful floor and I love it so much, but it's dark and you can see literally everything. You have to sweep every single day. And after getting Little Sucker, we have not had to sweep hardly at all, because you just set it to go, it does the whole house, and it makes a world of difference. Now, sometimes you will watch it clean an area that nobody's ever walked 47 times, and you're like, it's fucking clean, dude, stop. But it won't clean up the giant cat hair fluff that's over in the middle of the floor. The Roomba has driven by that little chunk of cat hair every time. He like goes around it. Let's see, come on, sucker. So you spit out that little piece of whatever that is. Come on, suck it up.
Come on, suck it up.
Don't you dare leave it. Oh, you son of a bitch. He's gonna go around it again. He has gone around it every time. Don't you dare.
He's gonna go around it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's the third time. What in the fuck?
Are you? It's right there. Come on. I refuse to let you do this. No. No. Go. Get it. See? Right there. Go. 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 Go get it. No, you go. I'm not moving it either because you're going to get it in the spot it's in. Go. Turn around. Right now.
This idiot.
You guys. God. You're so fucking stupid.
What is happening?
You're gonna get that though, right?
Nope. It's the least satisfying thing in the world.
Okay, ready, set. Oh my God! Is it gonna suck it up?
No.
Just gonna push it around. Come on. We're all invested now. That's where it gets frustrating. And so in a lot of ways, I really like them because I think that they're useful, but they also can be really frustrating. And when you think about the money you spent on them, it's like crazy. I think we got ours on credit at Best Buy. I feel like it was like $800 or something, which is so stupid for a vacuum. Are you fucking kidding me? I would have not been upset if had been the same vacuum, but for like $200. Even that seems like a lot to me because it's like something I can do. I just think that it would have been just as good if we got a lower model. So that's something to keep in mind. But it is nice. It lets you know when the little area is full, you just dump it out and it just goes and it does its thing. Pretty easy to fix. Ours did roll over a pile of cat shit once. It was horrifying. Make sure if you have any animals that have accidents that you don't have yours set to automatically go at a certain time in the morning because dear God, if you have a turd sitting on the floor, it'll just smear turd lines all over your whole house. And it was not pretty. It did not smell good and it infuriated me for the rest of the day. Just be forewarned. It wasn't pretty. But I do like it. I'd say 50-50 love-hate with it. But 55-45. And that 55 is more love than hate. So I'll still keep it and I'll still recommend it enough, but I wouldn't recommend going as expensive as we did. I think it was a waste of money. In the same vein of cleaning your house or my house, we did a huge Marie Kondo. Now, I started the show and I didn't initially like fall in love with it the way that I feel like everyone else fell in love with it. I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, you know what, Kristi, watch it. I'm sure you could benefit from it. And Zach and I watched the whole season while we were decluttering our room. So we saw the Marie Kondo method and saw, does it actually spark joy in us? And so what we realized is most of our clothes did not. And so we probably donated, I would say over 50% of our clothing. It made a world of difference in our lives. When I went to go travel right after that, I knew exactly where everything was. The folding method that she does, where everything is folded upright instead of stacked on top of each other, makes a huge difference. I can't even tell you what a difference it's made in our lives. Just being able to open up our drawers and know right where everything is, know exactly where it's at. And it's been huge. And not living out of laundry baskets. So forever, we would just wash our clothes and leave them in the laundry basket and then rifle through. But when you do that, you never feel organized. You never know where anything is, and it can just get so frustrating. And so doing the Marie Kondo method has changed everything. We did the tidying up and it made a world of difference in our home. And you know what? We did it with everything. We got rid of a bunch of dishes that we had. And because when somebody gives me something or when somebody gifts me something or when I have some kind of item, I immediately create a sentimental attachment to it. Even though I don't know anything about it or I don't care about it or maybe I don't use it, it's like something in me. I create a sentimental attachment to everything immediately when I get it. And that is really difficult for me to let go of things. But with the whole method, I just looked at it and I'd be like, do I use it? Does it spark joy? Does it actually? And the answer most of the time was no. And now that those things have found a new home and we donate everything, we don't throw anything away, we feel so good about our space and that it's not all full of junk that we weren't using. And it's not bad stuff. That's the thing. The clothes, like there were a lot of even new clothes that I just let go of because I'm realistically not going to wear them. And it felt really good to let go of things that, if I'm just being honest with myself, were just sitting in my closet collecting dust because I just was lying to myself about if I like them or if I was going to wear them in the future. Or, you know, when you pick up a shirt and you try it on 50 times in a year and you never end up wearing it, I think the answer is you can let go of it. And that made a huge difference in our lives. Letting go of stuff was like what a weight was lifted. And it's been really nice to not have all the clutter sitting around our house, making us all anxious all the time. Highly recommend tidying up with Marie Kondo. Watch it, listen to what she has to say, and actually utilize the steps that she mentions, and it makes a world of difference. And the last thing has been growing our own plants. And we went to Home Depot recently and we bought like containers and some starts and things like that for vegetables. And I did a video recently where I was talking about like wanting to do some homesteading and wanting to grow our own fruits and vegetables and like have our own gardens and just like live a lot more simply. And we've been utilizing that and actually doing the things. But what we initially did is we went to Home Depot. We didn't necessarily have a huge plan. We were just like, screw it, let's do this. And we bought a bunch of stuff. We got it home. We filled our containers with soil. We planted our plants. And then we were like, okay, well, we want more plants. And what we realized is that the first time we went to Home Depot, we unnecessarily spent so much more than we needed to. We bought barrels that were pre-made for the vegetables, and we bought started plants already instead of buying seeds. And I think the thing that we didn't quite realize is that if you do plan on gardening, starting seeds is not difficult. It is not as hard as you think it's going to be. And the seeds that we did start at the same time are now sprouting out and are growing. And we could have saved hundreds of dollars because setting up a garden is not cheap unless you do it cheap, which you absolutely can. We didn't because we were just learning. We didn't know. We didn't think. I'm going to link our new channel up here. This is the Sweet Life of Zach and Kristi. I talked about it in one of my last videos, but this is our new channel. We're going to do like homesteading stuff. We're going to talk about like stuff about our house and about vegetables and about like gardening and just all the stuff that's not going to go on this channel, which this is even like a home video, but I wanted this here because I know you guys would probably be interested in this stuff too, especially like the Chom. But what we realized is we overspent because we were thinking it was more difficult than it is. We built a raised bed garden the other day for $0 with wood we already had sitting around the house. And we realized in that moment that we really were overshooting. We were overdoing things because we were thinking it was more complicated than it is. If you are wanting to do it, I was going to say just start your seeds, look it up. The information is there. It's very easy. There's a lot of ways to do it, and there are a lot of even cheap or free ways to do it. Basically, seeds are dirt cheap. And when I say dirt cheap, I mean like $1 per pack or less. They're very inexpensive and you can yield way more than with one plant from like Home Depot. So instead of buying like an eggplant start, which is like one eggplant start for a few dollars, you can buy a whole pack of eggplant seeds and you can have an abundant garden for that. Realize that it takes a little bit longer that way. You may not, get your vegetables as quickly, but it'll actually be worth it in the end because instead of spending like $200 at Home Depot on all the stuff, you could have made your own quick raised bed. You could have, used seeds and spent a few dollars instead. And then it would actually be worth it to eat the food out of your garden. Even though it's still worth it, you get what I'm saying. Spending $200 to eat 3 zucchinis, basically. But we're learning and it's a process. Oh, another thing we've been really liking is we're testing out drinking mushrooms like Sigmatic. Sigmatic sent me stuff like a long time ago, and I tried it out initially, and I thought the flavor was a little earthy, and I was like, I don't get it. But Sigmatic is basically like medicinal mushrooms, so like chaga, lion's mane, things like that. And just the more we go on in this world, they're realizing the benefits of eating mushrooms and how they can like repair the neuro pathways in your brain and like some incredible things. Freaking mushrooms. So anyway, we've been drinking some coffee with mushrooms added into it. Sigmatic, I'm not sure exactly where it's sold, but I think like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or something. I feel like I swear I've seen it at Sephora too. Maybe I'm totally wrong. And I do feel like it makes me sharper. Also, I've been adding some whole like 100% cacao from Elsa. Rhae talked about it in her video all the time. She talks about cacao, but I've been adding some of it into my coffee, and I do feel like it really helps my mental focus just be a lot sharper. And maybe it's placebo effect. And if it is, placebo me up, baby. Really bitter. It does not taste good to me, but I think eventually I'll get used to the flavor. But I do feel like having both the mushrooms each day and just adding a little bit of cacao in has really been nice. Like I feel pretty good mentally and it's like sharp and kind of on it and less fatigued and things like that. So that's been really nice. And I don't know if it's totally like not actually doing anything or if it's doing something massive. I've been liking it. That is everything that I had on my list today. Most of it loves, couple of things I don't love, but you know, that's life. And I think that with home stuff, it is so personal to each individual family that I feel like I need to talk about because people need to know about the Chom Chom roller. People need to know about Tide Pods ruining your clothes. These are things I've never heard anyone talk about, and they're life changers. And I feel like you guys needed to know. And now that you know, I've done my due diligence. I can go. All right. Subscribe to my new YouTube channel if you guys want more content that is like home based. That's just like a lot more chill. There's nothing on the channel yet because I'm like, subscribe, you guys, subscribe. Like, subscribe to what? You guys are subscribing to nothing, but there will be. I'm telling you, I have so much content filmed. It's just, I'm the worst procrastinator ever and I haven't really edited it yet, but I will because I'm really excited to edit it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not yet. I upload a lot of beauty stuff normally. But lately, you know, sometimes you just gotta talk about what you wanna talk about when you wanna talk about it. And today, that was Chom Chom and Tide Pods. In the future, it may be something different. Probably makeup. I did my makeup today and it felt really good to like put on a full face of glam. I haven't been doing a ton of like intricate makeup lately, and to wear makeup feels so nice. Because sometimes you get in a rut, you're like, I don't wanna do makeup. I don't know, I don't feel like I don't feel that right, and I just don't know if I want. No, it's powerful. Sometimes just throwing on a full face of makeup and being ready for the day feels incredible, and that's how I'm feeling today. I want to even try doing like a pop of color on the inner. I see that going all around. I think like Kylie Jenner did it recently, and I see a lot of YouTubers doing like a pop of yellow or like just a pop of blue or pink on the inner corner, and it's so cute, and I feel like I want that to be me. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I also have a bunch of new makeup products that I'm going to be trying up here coming soon. I want to do a full face of first impressions because there's so much new makeup I have sitting up there. There's some Fenty stuff that I want to try, some like liners, the ColourPop collection that came out. There's so much good stuff. So let me know what you guys are interested in seeing, and I am more than happy to give that a go and do some first impressions because it has been a minute and I am ready. I'm ready. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! You bring me my phone? Now. Hurry! I'm just kidding. I've never in my life wanted to kick somebody more. I love you. Thank you. Okay, I'm filming my video now, so shut up. Unless you want to come be in it. All right. Oh my God, drive away.